the state of Oklahoma. They've waited 371 days for 6 little letters, but those letters are all in caps. This is Bedlam. Get ready. 4 quarters of mayhem coming your way. College football on ABC is presented by Jared. It's the 113th meeting between the Sooners of Oklahoma and the Cowboys of Oklahoma State. The Pokes can crush the hopes of the 6th-ranked team in the nation. Oklahoma fighting to finish in the top 4 and another opportunity to play for a national championship. Still to be determined. Now these players, they run out of this tunnel for every game in Norman, but this is different. This feels different. No substitute for Bedlam. And with that, we say, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome indeed to Bedlam. With Brian Greasy, I'm Steve Levy. This is the in-state rivalry that seemingly every year has national implications. This year is no different. Oklahoma State 2 weeks ago knocked off the 6th team in the country. Today they'll try Oklahoma. The Sooners, you know about that offense. They're averaging 53 points per game over the last 5. It's how they light up the scoreboard, though, Grease.
It is. I mean, they have talent with Kyler Murray, Marquise Brown, CeeDee Lamb, but it's the most explosive offense you could argue outside of Alabama here at Oklahoma, and it's a lot of the ingenuity of Lincoln Riley. You're going to play against TCU a couple of weeks ago, Gary Patterson. You know what you're going to get. You insert Marquise Brown in the backfield as a running back. The speed that he has matched up on an inside linebacker, these kinds of things from Lincoln Riley get you quality looks. Again, in that game, you have plays that start out the same that end up looking different. Take a look at CeeDee Lamb. Looks like he's going to come on a shallow cross along with the back. The corner is looking at that, thinking, okay, if he's going to go on a shallow cross, I can go deep. But it's just a little bit of a variation from Lincoln Riley to put CeeDee Lamb up on the corner route. You see how wide open this gets. This is a la Sean McVay with the LA Rams. These kinds of matchups in college football with the speed that they have on offense is why they're so explosive.
They are the number 2 offense in college football. Oklahoma State has the number 10 offense, and they've got a quarterback who waited 9 semesters to get his first start. He's affectionately known, Todd McShay, as the corn dog.
That's right, Taylor Cornelius, Steve. And when you look at him, he's a big guy, 6'6", 235 pounds, really good athlete. The teammates say he's the best basketball player of all the guys on the team. And I've seen this year development throughout the season, big-time arm. I've even talked to NFL scouts that think he could, despite the lack of experience, wind up being a late-round pick or a priority free agent and get a shot at the NFL.
Oklahoma State has won the toss. They have deferred. We'll see that explosive Sooners offense to begin. On a gorgeous day with temperatures in the mid-40s, clear and beautiful, just as a second weekend in November should be. Jake McClure has it on the tee at the 35. And he'll kick it away. Trey Brown is back deep for Oklahoma, and he will take the knee. When you ask people about Kyler Murray, they all say the skill set. We've never seen anybody like this before, except...
Well, you know, I was racking my brain trying to find somebody he reminds me of, and the only thing I can come up with, the one guy in history, is Michael Vick. And I had a lot of experience playing against Michael Vick in the NFC South for a number of years, but we remember him in college. This looks a lot like Kyler Murray. The improvisation, the acceleration, and the speed. We all remember this run against Florida State back in '99, but that's the only guy, Steve, that I can compare Kyler Murray's talent to.
We will watch for that all afternoon. Here come the Sooners. First down and 10 for the 25. Trey Sermon had a monster game a week ago, and he's got the ball, and he's got a big gain on first down. Turns the edge, and he's down the sideline. Trey Sermon, and that's how you start a football game. Kenneth Edison Magruder ran him out, but not until Sermon ripped off 60.
Right off the bat, Oklahoma State defensively breakdown in their gaps. The corner is responsible. It's A.J. Green. He had a play like this last week, gave up a long touchdown run and it happens on the first snap of the game here against Oklahoma.
Sermon rushed for 26 times for 206 yards and 3 scores a week ago, including a 20 and 30-yard touchdown to put the game away. On the ground, it's Murray, the quarterback, trying to make some people miss. Down to the 6. Again, it's Edison Magruder on the stop.
Take a look at the right side of the screen. You're going to see the corner, A.J. Green. He's running down with Marquise Brown, but you got to keep your eyes in the backfield. And the way that Oklahoma wanted to start this football game, they all talk about Marquise Brown and C.D. Lamb and Kyler Murray in the passing game. This offense is predicated on physical downhill run with this offensive line.
Murray gets 6. They're inside the 10 on 2nd and 4. C.D. Lamb in motion. It's Sermon. Tripped up just shy of the goal line. Trey Sermon with that game last week, reminding everybody he's the guy. Kennedy Brooks has provided a few sparks. And now we find out, Grease, there's nobody else. It is Sermon and Brooks, and that's about it. 2 healthy scholarship runners available for Oklahoma today. We were just informed prior to kick, no TJ Pledger today. Of course, they already lost Marcellus Sutton. Rodney Anderson went down in game number 2. That's Murray, top of your screen. Wildcat. Sermon will take the direct snap and lower his shoulder into the end zone for a touchdown. And that's how this one starts. All on the legs of Trey Sermon. 6-0 Sooners.
Games are so much about emotion in the first quarter of these games, and when you want to take over control of the game, if you're Oklahoma, do it with this offensive line up front. That was all on the ground for 7 points to start the game.
Here's Mr. Automatic, Austin Seibert on the kick. 4 plays, 75 yards, took a whole minute 44 off the clock. That's how you welcome your rival to your stadium.
No question. You see, that's their offensive line coach, Bill Bedenbaugh, who has orchestrated this offensive line. Really, the key for them up front has been their center, Creed Humphrey. He's been kind of the glue that has kept them together. He's the new guy. He's talking to Coach Bedenbaugh right there. One of the more talented centers in all of college football, and his head coach thinks he's one of the most talented on this team.
Chuba Hubbard is back for Oklahoma State. We'll see how the Cowboys can answer. They'll start from the 25-yard line. Taylor Cornelius, about like everybody else on this field, is a great athlete in high school. But the thing about him is he really waited his turn. Mike Gundy and the staff appreciate that. 3 years sitting behind Mason Rudolph, and now when he gets his opportunity, top 10 in passing in the country, impressive.
Yeah, you can do nothing but respect Taylor Cornelius. And, you know, I was in a very similar position. I had to wait my turn in Michigan. Didn't play until I was later in my career. And this is a very loyal and dedicated young man. And now he has a chance in the biggest game of his life against his rival to make his mark. And he's already down 7 early.
Comes out throwing and able to complete to Dylan Stoner. That's 22 consecutive games with at least a catch for Stoner. They've got the first down. Cowboys on the move.
We're going to see a lot. Mostly this offense is throwing the football with Cornelius. Obviously, Justice Hill is a talented young back, but they got to loosen up this defense. I don't think that they need to be in a big hurry. I think anytime they can protect their defense and keep Kyler Murray off the field is a good thing.
Cornelius taking a shot down the field, right back to Wallace. He's got him for the score. Tylan Wallace. They're going to mark him short of the goal line. We were going to give him a 50-yard score. Looks like it might just be a 49-yard catch. Reese, I know where you're going here. You have to love the confidence of the quarterback to go right back to him after the drop, too.
Well, there's no question, and that looks like that was a good call. That knee was down. The football did not cross the plane there. It's a great look at it from right down the line.
All right, so first and goal from inside the 1. They got 3 of those cowboy backs, as they call it, for Oklahoma State. On the ground. Justice Hill will get credit for the touchdown. 9 snaps into this year's edition of Bedlam. And we have 2 touchdowns.
We had 114 points last year, partner. You better get ready.
Let's go.
And doing it different ways. Oklahoma all on the ground, and Oklahoma State all through the air. I think that's what you're going to see a lot of today.
Here's Matt Amendola for the extra point. Kicks it through. As you mentioned, first play from scrimmage, Trey Sermon turns the corner and rips off 60 yards. Led to a Sooners touchdown. And then it's Cornelius to Wallace all the way down the field for the Cowboys. Bedlam indeed. Veterans Day tomorrow. Call this Veterans Weekend. Hopefully some of you will enjoy a day on Monday. Celebrate Veterans Day week, if you will. Can't thank all the brave people, men and women, protecting us in the past, the present, and in the future. Kyler Murray has yet to throw a pass today. On the young afternoon, that's C.D. Lamb in motion. On the ground at Trey Sermon. Why wouldn't you? Tries the left side for 4. Malcolm Rodriguez came up to make the stop. So listen, this is eye-popping elsewhere. Maybe we shouldn't be surprised by these numbers, the early scores, this kind of game, this kind of rivalry, this conference.
It's almost redundant. Yeah.
Here's Kyler Murray. All sorts of time. Lofts one down the sideline and is caught. Carson Meyer hauls it in. Rodriguez was all over him. And Meyer, the 5th-year senior from Tulsa, makes the grab for 31.
Oklahoma only has 3 starters on this team from the state of Oklahoma. You think that Carson Meyer knows what this rivalry is all about to make that kind of play from his fullback position? What a catch.
Pretty nice throw for Murray on his first toss of the game. And they are across midfield, already at the Oklahoma State 40. First down and 10. Murray to throw again. Underneath to C.D. Lamb. And he is upended inside the 30, dropped by A.J. Green.
See C.D. Lamb, they're going to try to get him the ball as much as they possibly can. He's the bigger of the 2 target wide receivers of Marquise Brown, but that's just a shallow cross. Get him the football, let him run.
Right back to Sermon. Not much doing there. Justin Phillips makes the stop. Phillips, the leader on that Oklahoma State defense, really taking the place of Darian Daniels, who is injured.
Yeah, Phillips needs to lead this defense today. There is no way around this offensive line. You're going to have to fit it up, be in your gap. You're going to have to get off blocks because guys like Cody Ford and Bobby Evans pulling around on that last play, you have to make them miss and get in the backfield and be disruptive.
Second down and 10 now. Just inside the 30. Here comes some blitz. Murray trying to get out of there. The escapability, throwing on the run and completing. It's Sermon out of the backfield on the receiving end. Jordan Brailford, they love to move him around, trying to get to the quarterback. Oklahoma State #1 of the country in sacks. Not this time.
You're going to see the blitz come from the outside. Brailford, he gets there, but you got to get him on the ground. Just because you get in the backfield doesn't mean that you get Kyler Murray, and that looks exactly like Michael Vick running to his left, making that play. Very hard to defend.
Sermon out, Kennedy Brooks in. Lamb again in motion, top of your screen. It's Kennedy Brooks, the ball carrier. And he is dragged down shy of the goal line. Great tackle, great individual tackle by Justin Phillips to prevent the touchdown.
There's so much pressure when Oklahoma starts to run their counter with both the guard and tackle coming around. As you see, Trey Sermon comes off, and that's very, very costly for OU because of the fact that they've lost 3 running backs out in this game. 1 for the season, Rodney Anderson and Marcellus Sutton, but not out there today is T.J. Pledger. So right now, Kennedy Brooks, the only healthy back.
Second and goal. inside the 1. Kennedy Brooks making it look easy. His 7th rushing touchdown of the season. And Oklahoma back on top. This is an offense that has scored 50 points 5 times. Scored 49 against UCLA. Seems like a long time ago. The last time they've scored 50 points in 4 consecutive games, you got to go all the way back. It's not that far away. It's only 3 years ago. I mean, we should get used to this stuff.
Well, last week couldn't have gone any worse for Lincoln Riley to start the Texas Tech game. They threw 2 interceptions. They were down 14-0. In this game, they've done it on the ground and now through the air with Kyler Murray, and they're up 14-7.
3 possessions in the game, 3 touchdowns, as advertised. Thanks to Josh and Travis, all they do off the field.
Kind of wondered how, in a big game and a big spot like this, how would Taylor Cornelius respond? He has been on target. They upset Texas, and a big reason why was because of the arm of Taylor Cornelius, and he's on point early.
Justice Hill for a few. You know, we wondered about the Oklahoma defense under Ruffin McNeil, and had those first couple games. They sort of shut down TCU, held to 27, held Kansas State to 14, and we're like, hey, well, based on those 2 offenses, it's hard to see. And then last week against Texas Tech, still allowed 46 points.
Yeah, I think everybody knows it's still a work in progress, and Ruffin knows that. I think he knows the strength of the defense is up front in the front 7, really to where they need to continue to grow and get better is in that secondary.
Off the play fake, Cornelius to throw. And instead, he'll just throw it away. So, J.D. King commits the penalty, and he was taken out of the game instantly, okay?
Yep.
Now, it was 2nd and 13, so maybe that was by design, or it's because Mike Gundy said, we will cut down on the dumb penalties. Guys are coming out of the game, and they'll stand next to me on the sideline.
Yeah, I mean, he's done all kinds of things to try to stem the number of penalties. And finally, he's at his wits' end. He says, listen, if you make a dumb penalty, you're coming out of the game. You're going to stand next to me. And he's kind of at the end of his patience, and I don't blame him.
Some penalties are better than others, but, you know, false starts and mental mistakes, certainly unsportsmanlike. Here's 3rd and 13. Cornelius with a man and a hand in his face, able to complete to Tylan Wallace for the 1st down. Trey Norwood had the coverage to gain a 17. Good thing Cornelius goes 6'6".
Todd was talking about Wallace, and look at the attention to detail. Getting open, using his hands at the top of the route, and being a friendly wide receiver gets the 1st down.
Cornelius off to Wallace again. 1st down yardage. He's down at the 30. He was taken down by Robert Barnes. Tylan Wallace, 970 receiving yards, Grease. Wait for it. Before contact. That's a lot of yards. That's number 2 in the nation. Gain of 13 there. Here's Hill as they mix the run with the pass.
And if I'm Oklahoma State, I'm going as fast as possible right now. Got Oklahoma on the ropes defensively, throwing the ball. Cornelius is confident. Wallace is getting hot. I'd ratchet up the tempo if I were Mike Gundy.
Cornelius 6 of 8 throwing for 107 yards so far. 6.5 to play in an energetic 1st quarter. Cornelius the pump, and it costs him. He's taken down back at the 31 by Curtis Bolton.
This is a coverage sack. Nowhere to go with this football. This pocket is pristine initially. Right now, the ball should come out. Wants to throw it, but coverage downfield, and Bolton finally gets to Cornelius. Big play for Oklahoma defensively.
One of the few California players on the Sooners. Curtis Bolton, the 5th-year senior. Cornelius with some pressure up the middle. Throws for the end zone. It is caught. It's Tyron Johnson for the score for 31 yards. And we go back and forth. 4th possession, 4th touchdown.
I'm trying to tell you there's going to be a lot of points in this game, partner.
Yeah.
This is just a ball that's thrown up. It's a 50-50 ball, and you can't blame Oklahoma State for taking this approach. Johnson just goes up taller than Trey Brown. Brown not able to locate the football, and they in a position here to tie this football game with the extra point.
Matt Amendola on to try to square this game up. 5.5 to play in the first quarter. And it's 14-all.
Well, the best game that Tyron Johnson had in his career was last year against Oklahoma, and he's off to a hot start in this game as well. There he is on the outside, inside leverage by Trey Brown, and Cornelius just going to throw this ball up. Brown is in position, just not able to locate the football and make the play on it.
We just come out of Matt Barry's update about Alabama, and that's how everybody wants to be judged by, right? We saw what Alabama's defense did a week ago, for example, and then you question the Oklahoma defense.
Well, yeah, everybody's had questions about Oklahoma's defense, but certainly their offense has masked a lot of that throughout the course of this season.
Here's Trey Brown now, and he is bumped backwards, bumped down to the 15-yard line. Devin Harper on the special team stop. There's Kennedy Brooks. He's stopped by Justin Phillips.
You can't imagine the pressure, right? You could argue that Kyler Murray had more pressure on him coming into this season than any player in the country because of what he had to step into with Baker Mayfield. And he's not only played his part, you could argue he has played better than Baker Mayfield, and this offense is more explosive this year than it was a year ago.
And it's definitely more efficient. Mayfield, by the way, threw for 598 yards in Bedlam a year ago. So we'll keep an eye on Kyler Murray, who's 3 for 3 for 65 yards so far. He's got a ways to go. He will look to add to that here. Wide open is Lee Morris. The ball just comes out of his hand so effortlessly, Bruce.
Well, this is showing the arm strength of Kyler Murray. Hard question that. This is a hole shot in the middle of two deep defense. You're going to have a corner here and a safety back here, and this ball has to be thrown on a line. It's a great read from Kyler Murray, understanding where the weakness of that defense is, and then the arm strength to put that ball in there.
28 yards there. When Morris makes a grab, you're almost surprised it's not a touchdown. Came in with 16 catches on the season, 8 of them for scores. That one just went for 28 for Lee Morris. First down and 10 at midfield. Murray running away from people. Takes a pretty good stick down at the 44-yard line. Hit by Malcolm Rodriguez.
When he gets up, Kyler Murray, the one thing he does not like on the football field, he does not like to hit. He's a baseball player. Okay, and he got hit there from Edison Magruder, who came down from his safety spot. But if you're going to beat this young man, that's what you need to do. You need to hit him when they run the ball with him between the tackles. It's easier said than done, though.
That is one of the matchups, but great offensive line for Oklahoma against the #1 sack team in the nation. This Oklahoma State defense. Here's Murray to throw off his back foot. Doesn't even need to step into that. For a short gain, again, it's Lee Morris. Here's Murray on the quick throw to Miles Tees. Tees making people miss. And he's down inside the 10-yard line. Miles Tees' first catch of the game, 6th of the season. It's a gain of 17.
That's an extension of the run game, right? If you're a little bit light, a little bit banged up at running back, then you can supplement, if you're Lincoln Riley, by throwing these swing routes to these wide receivers, the bubble screens. That's just an extension of that run game.
10th play of the drive upcoming. 45 seconds to play in the quarter. 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns. It's a good day for the punters to take the afternoon off. On first down and goal, right into the middle of the line is Kennedy Brooks. Enoch Smith leading the party for the Cowboys defense.
Well, Cowboys defensively, you know you're going to give up some yards. When you get into the red zone, you got to prevent points. And nice job by Enoch Smith. And Jim Knowles, their defensive coordinator, knows that they have to move their defensive line up front. They can't just be static, come off the ball, because Oklahoma's offensive line will blow you out of the stadium. They've got to move up front. A nice job by Enoch Smith with the tackle for loss.
Oklahoma State's red zone defense is excellent. Second in the conference, 11th in the country. That's it for quarter number 1. We'll be back after this message from your local ABC station. 14-all, Bedlam. There's Bedlam everywhere you look. Good on those people. Can't thank you enough. Veterans Day, Veterans Weekend, Veterans Week. Let's get the whole month. Steve Levy, Brian Greasy, and Todd McShay. The 113th edition of Bedlam here in Norman, Oklahoma. Tied at 14. We've had 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns as we welcome you back. This is the 5th possession of the game. Oklahoma on second down and goal from the 9. Marquise Brown get the football in his hands any way they can, and he'll just cut it up to get back to the line of scrimmage. Malcolm Rodriguez made sure of that.
Yeah, really nice job by Oklahoma State defensively. I think they're keying now on Marquise Brown, knowing that Lincoln Riley needs to be a little bit more creative with the thin running back group. They're going to give Marquise Brown some rushes. He only comes into this game with one rush on the season, but they're trying creative ways to get the run game going.
Rodriguez up to 5 tackles so far to lead the way for that Cowboys defense. So here's 3rd and goal from the 9. Still 2 to snap this one. Finally get it away. Here's Murray under pressure. The last second gets it off to Sermon. Stays inbounds and then is bumped out. We'll see where they mark him out. They're going to say back at the 4-yard line. Improvisation by Kyler Murray.
Yeah, no question. Jim Knowles, defensive coordinator, decided to bring an all-out pressure. Kyler Murray sees it. This is just like an option. Turns into a scramble and an option. And Trey Sermon almost makes an unbelievable effort to get to the end zone, but that's the right call. He steps out at about the 3.5-yard line.
But what could have been disastrous is a 10-yard gain.
That's about how it's gone for Oklahoma this year offensively.
Turn nothing into something. Austin Seibert is on. Chip shot from 21 yards away. It's good. And there is news. 5 possessions, not 5 touchdowns. Somebody snuck a field goal in there. And it's 17-14.
Oklahoma was beaten soundly for 3.5 quarters in that game and had to score 21 points in the 4th quarter to kind of get that game as close as it was, Todd.
Yeah, and you look at it, because of that game, they're on the outside looking in when you talk about the college football playoff.
I think Desmond picked Boston College to beat him tonight, Grease.
Okay.
Win the game outright. Here's Cornelius throwing and completing. It's Jelani Woods on the reception, like the tight end, but they call him a cowboy back. It's a gain of 15. Cornelius lofts one down the sidelines, got a man too far for Tylan Wallace. Had a step, not enough.
Please, we were watching film of Oklahoma State yesterday, and they run a lot of double moves with Tylan Wallace on the outside. That's exactly what that was. They got Trey Norwood. He bit on the out route. Just a little hook and go. Just a little stutter step. That's all you need. And you look back, and if this ball was on target, it would have been another touchdown.
Cornelius has been on target for the most part. 8 of 11, 153 yards, and the 1 touchdown. It's Chuba Hubbard in the backfield. Merely a decoy. Tyrone Johnson makes the grab. His 2nd. It's a 1st down. Working on Parnell Motley for a gain of 11.
Another thing I noticed about Oklahoma State offensively is if you give these receivers free access, then Cornelius will take it every time.
Wants to throw again. Down the middle of the field. Has Wallace and has another touchdown. Beating Trey Norwood. Cornelius to Wallace for 49 on the score. And the Cowboys take the lead.
Ruffin McNeil's going to have to adjust at some point because the matchup that he wanted is not working out. We asked him specifically about this matchup. He said Trey Norwood's the guy that we want to be on the #1 receiver, Tylan Wallace, and to this point, he's just not holding up in coverage.
Can't run with him, Todd.
That's a 33-yard scoring drive. #21-17. We're on our way. away early on, second quarter.
If I'm Ruffin McNeil, just like Todd said, you have got to get some help from these safeties. Khalil Houghton, who was supposed to play in this game, hurt, not able to go, and Jordan Parker not in position to help on the touchdown.
33 seconds to score for Oklahoma State to take the lead. Here's Trey Brown. See what he can do. Brown trying to make some people miss. He's out to the 22-yard line. That's where the Sooners will take over. Barry, you want an offensive explosion? Check out my drive chart.
Wow.
That's how I roll. 38 points, 449 yards of offense. And we are on pace to obliterate last year's record for points in Bedlam. And Kyler Murray slides into second base.
You gotta call holding on the edge.
I think Coach Gundy runs holding on the edge.
Just a guess. Mike Gundy wants a win in this series. You know, he kind of downplayed the rivalry in talking to him this week, and maybe that's because he's 2-11 in this Bedlam series. He said, look, we got to get the kids excited every week. If we make this game to be more important than another game, it makes things difficult. Here's Murray going to take off. Kyler Murray cross midfield, and he'll scamper out of bounds. Gundy also said that Murray, when he scrambles, it's not for a first down, it's to get 60.
This is amazing, right? He's rolling out here. He wants to throw the ball deep. And Oklahoma State does a nice job of covering deep. But if you don't have the lanes, he is so fast, so explosive. And this is Michael Vick. That's what that is. You get to the second level, and you're lucky if you can lay a finger on the kid, much less get him on the ground.
29 yards on that scamper, if you will, for Kyler Murray. He was the first Oklahoma player to ever have 300 yards passing, 100 yards rushing in a game. Did that a week ago. Kennedy Brooks breaking through people. Here's Brooks to the outside for the touchdown. Could have gone to Sermon or Brooks. It's 45 yards for the score, and we go back and forth.
Great blocking up front by Samaya, the right guard, 75. Here he is. He's going to pull around and get the block. And then downfield blocking by C.D. Lamb. There's the kick out. Great cut. And then look at C.D. Lamb downfield. Look at this block down here. Unbelievable job by C.D. Lamb.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. Seibert is already the career leader in points for Oklahoma. He will add to that.
You get catches, you get touchdowns, you get all the glory, but if you're not doing this, you're not playing for Oklahoma. Great job by number 2.
Austin Seibert, congratulations. You're the all-time leading scorer in Big 12 history. How about that? And he now needs just 43 points to be the all-time leading scorer in FBS history by any kicker who's ever played the game. Pretty impressive stuff. On the ground, here's Justice Hill. Staying on his feet, Justice Hill. Playing some big boy football across midfield, and he's in a Sooners territory down to the 45 after a gain of 28.
Well, the missed tackles are starting to pile up for Oklahoma. Kenneth Mann, the middle linebacker, number 9, had a chance here, and just right there is Brown, and Hill gets to the second level. They've beaten Oklahoma through the air predominantly, and now they're getting this run game going because Ruffin McNeil has to protect these corners and take the safety out of the box.
On first down and 10, back to the passing game. Cornelius, the throw, had a man wide open, and he skipped it to Landon Wolf.
Boy, another gaping hole in this defense. Just a pump outside on the swing route, and it comes wide open, and Landon Wolf on the wheel, and that wasn't even in the neighborhood.
You might have lost that in the sun, too. The glare, wearing the shield.
Yeah, that wasn't on the receiver, Wolf. That ball just not thrown far enough outside.
You look into that greasy old afternoon. Man who wears his sunglasses at night. Here's Cornelius, not that time. Neville Gallimore drops him. The junior from St. Catharines. Second sack of the game for Oklahoma.
Talked about the advantage that Oklahoma does have defensively. They should be able to get after this offensive line. Has been wrecked with injuries, and that time nice rush from Gallimore brings up an opportunity here, 3rd and long, to get off the field for Oklahoma.
And the drama and the intrigue that we might actually have a punt.
There's still a lot of confusion in the secondary for Oklahoma.
Across the middle into the shadows and behind Tylan Wallace. Could not come up with the grab.
And there was a window there to make that 1st down. Wallace was coming on an inside, got a skinny post, and you'll see from Taylor Cornelius, he's just looking off the safety. And right there when he throws, there's the lane. He just missed it by a foot. If it was out in front of Wallace, that would have been a 1st down.
And some Bedlam chatter afterwards with Curtis Bolton. And here's a punt. Hey, looky here. Zach Siner is on to kick it away. Got some late outside pressure. CD Lamb from the 6. Trying to make some people miss. Turns on the Jets. Has plenty of running down the sideline. Picks up some blocks. And he'll be out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. Malcolm Rodriguez able to force him out, but it's a return of 64 yards after the 50-yard punt.
Yeah, it was a 50-yard punt, but there wasn't a whole lot of hang time on it. It got down there quick, and CD Lamb had, look at the room he has to make a move. And you got to take your shot. When you're on the coverage team, you got to take your shot when you had it. And down there, Malik Givens, the safety, just tried to keep him contained rather than tackling him and gave up a big return.
Lamb had a 66-yard punt return against UCLA earlier this season in the 2nd game. So the 64-yard return right now, and has Oklahoma set up in excellent field position. It's a distant memory now. Murray throws for the end zone, looking for Grant Calcaterra. That was one of the interesting conversations about Murray. Everybody was wondering how would he handle a little adversity. The 2 picks last week, 2 interceptions on his first 4 throws, and even Lincoln Riley admitted, I was curious to see how he'd respond. And the conversation on the sideline immediately afterwards, Riley said it was like another Monday conversation.
Yeah.
Basically.
So calm, so cool and collected, never gets too high or too low. But the thing I liked last week was the leadership, because everybody on that team was looking to him. How is he going to respond? Not only did he do it on the field, but he did it on the sideline as well, and picking some of his teammates up during the course of that game.
Won the snap and barely got that one away. Murray off his first incompletion, comes back to CD Lamb. They're going to say he was out of bounds.
So it certainly looked like CD Lamb had a foot come down. That ball perfectly thrown. An eye on that left. Oh, yeah, his hand came down out of bounds first. Great call by the official.
Colby Peel had the coverage. True freshman from College Station.
And give Peel credit, too. He came over, didn't give up on the play, and hit CD Lamb, and that's what caused the hand to come down first. It looked like a foot was going to come down in bounds had Peel not pushed him out.
Again, it's Sermon and Brooks together in the backfield. It's Sermon bouncing off some people and trying to make a move or 2. And to bring up a 4th down and long.
Well, that's a win, right, for Oklahoma State.
No question.
Force that field goal attempt and keep this a 1-score game, potentially.
Anytime you can hold Oklahoma to a field goal is a victory for the other team. Here's Austin Seibert. This will be from 36 yards away. Hit a 21 earlier. And Seibert will look to close in on the all-time leading scorer for FBS among all kickers. 27-21. Having a good time in Norman for Bedlam. Hope you are as well, wherever you're watching. Cowboys keep waiting for Chuba Hubbard to break one. Here's Cornelius, has good protection and is tipped. Knocked away Kenneth Murray. They call him Canine. Able to knock it away with a hand.
A nice play by Kent Murray. This is the second or third time they tried to slip this ball behind the linebacker to Dylan Stoner. And Kenneth Murray, a smart football player, talking with Ruffin McNeil, really likes his Mike linebacker to think like he does as a defensive coordinator, and he did a really nice job reading that.
He's a team captain, and he's only a true sophomore. Very impressive young man. Here's Hubbard, wrestled down by Murray. Bring him a third down.
Well, you know how difficult it is to be a captain as a true sophomore. That goes to show you how young this Oklahoma defense is and how starved they are for leadership.
Third down and 7.
Take a shot with Tylan Wallace. Top of the screen.
Rushing 4. Got it out quick. Looked to hit Stoner for first down yardage, and instead, Buki Radley-Hiles able to make the stop. A welcome addition back into that Oklahoma defense after missing last week's game.
All right, Buki had a chance to intercept this and take it back for a touchdown. You mentioned he's looking right back into the sun there, but a golden opportunity for him to make a statement play defensively for Oklahoma, and he missed it.
He dropped a pick 6 against TCU. Not that that was necessarily the same, but he's had some opportunities. This is Matt Hockett on to punt. Booting it to C.D. Lamb from the 17. Lamb's going the wrong way. And all of a sudden, we've had consecutive 3-and-outs. Two punts.
They're tired.
What in the world is going on? Bedlam. That is different.
It's awesome. Looking like a joust.
There's Sermon on the ground. On first down and 10. Sticks. 2.5 to go. There are the brothers. Mike Gundy, whose days as quarterback at Oklahoma State. Cale said just about every single quarterback record here prior to Bob Stoops' arrival. The brothers had a little meeting on the field prior to the game.
Say everybody in Oklahoma, the state of Oklahoma, loves this rivalry except for the Gundy family because they're torn.
Here's Kyler Murray taking off. First down yardage, and he'll scamper out at the 38-yard line. So just to clean this up, Stillwater will move on to play Booker T. Washington. They're led by Dax Hill. That's Justice's brother, who is a 5-star mega recruit who is committed to school in Michigan, I understand.
Yeah, well, you know who Mike Gundy's going to be rooting for. Not only is his kid playing, but, you know, Justice Hill's brother didn't commit to Oklahoma State, right. So he's definitely rooting against him.
Well, Gundy says we don't get 5-star guys here. Not even with Justice? That is right. I mean, how do you not swing that?
Yeah, not even a legacy.
Murray to throw. And complete to C.D. Lamb. Right at the sticks. To gain a 10.
After that last 3-and-out for Oklahoma offensively, Kyler Murray came off the field, and Lincoln Riley talked to him for maybe 4 or 5 minutes. And they were just talking about, hey, what happened on that series? What do you like? What are you feeling out there? What are you seeing? And I fully expect them to get back on track here on this drive.
90 seconds to go in the half. Oklahoma State will get the football to start the second half. Every possession counts in this game. Kyler Murray knows that. Marquise Brown, touchdown. 51 to the house.
Much like Tylan Wallace has done 2 times in this game, you put Marquise Brown in the slot. He's matched up on a true freshman in Tanner McAllister, and that's just no contest there. Nothing but speed burners to the end zone.
That wasn't even close. Defender had no chance. Seibert boots through the extra point. 34-21. Marquise Brown, they call him Jet. Our pal Gus called him Hollywood, and that got a lot of attention. He's from Hollywood, Florida, not California. And for all the talk about Kyler Murray and all the touchdowns, that's his first touchdown pass today.
Yeah, and he's come into this game with 8 consecutive games of 3 touchdowns or more. And Marquise Brown has been a little bit quiet in the last couple of games. Last week only had 5 catches. And he's been a little bit nicked up and injured. And it's good to see him at full speed again on that route.
Here we go, minute 24 to go in the half. It's Chuba Hubbard on the ground. Mark Jackson made the stop. Cowboys have just 1 timeout. Remember, they had to spend the first 2 timeouts to avoid delay of game penalties. Here's Cornelius. Has some running ability, doesn't do it there. Tylan Wallace took a pretty good shot. It's a first down. Well, this is plenty of time considering they scored touchdowns in a minute 17, 3.5 minutes, and 33 seconds was another scoring drive for them. They have shown the quick strike ability. Here's Cornelius. See if that's a catch. It's Johnson on the sideline, has it for the first down.
Yeah, and this Oklahoma defensive front not getting any pressure on Cornelius. And after you get 3 or 4 plays into a 2-minute drive, that defensive line starts to get gassed.
That's a terrific catch. Cornelius drops one in there. Able to hit Stoner.
And I think about taking the timeout here. Save that time. You're going to take 3 or 4 shots to the end zone here.
Put it on the ground. It's Hubbard. You said they had plenty of time, and they score. Chuba Hubbard from just outside of Edmonton, Alberta, scores the touchdown, and the Cowboys aren't going anywhere.
Boy, that did not look good for Oklahoma defensively, and that's the kind of look that Lincoln Riley had during the Texas game, where they just were not able to have any answer for Texas offensively, and that was way too easy.
Oklahoma getting a little greedy at the half, maybe. Trying to get 1 more yard. It's been the most explosive offensive game, any game in the FBS this season in terms of combined yards. We'll send you back to Kevin, Mac, and Jonathan in the studio after this message from your ABC station. Welcome back, Norman, Oklahoma. Halftime of Bedlam, time 34-28. Oklahoma. Why wouldn't it be an explosive first half? Take a look now at our Pacific Life game summary.
Over 60 points of offense and over 800 yards, and Oklahoma's done it on the ground. They're almost to their average for the season per game. 226 yards in the first half on the ground. Trey Sermon and Kyler Murray, and as expected, Oklahoma State has been aggressive with Tylan Wallace and Taylor Cornelius, really taking advantage of this Oklahoma weakness in the secondary. Already over 300 yards passing in the first half.
And we would anticipate more of the same in the second half.
Yeah, no question. I mean,
why should we think the defenses are going to take over here?
Well, I think the defenses need to be more aggressive. They're giving up so much so easily. At least take your shot. Try to get to the quarterback and try to get to Kyler Murray and disrupt them a little bit. Both quarterbacks in rhythm, and if you just sit back, they're gonna make you pay.
Should point out we are ahead of last year's pace when they had the highest scoring edition of Bedlam. Oklahoma winning 62-52 last week, and the Cowboys will get the football, and they will start at the 25. Steve Levy with Brian Greasy. You'll hear from Todd McShay shortly, and we came in talking about Oklahoma 6th in the country. They need help. They don't control their own destiny. They need teams in front of them to lose, but they need to help themselves by making a defensive stop here and there.
Listen, we keep waiting for Oklahoma to show up defensively. I think this is who they are. Last week against Texas Tech, they gave up, and they had to win that in the end, right? They had to get to an onside kick. And again, I think this is going to come down to the 4th quarter, and they're going to have to make a stop for Oklahoma State. And this is just who Oklahoma is. They're going to have to outscore people to win.
From their own 40, Cornelius to throw, incomplete to Dylan Stoner. Has the first down. It seems every catch Stoner makes is one which they move the sticks for.
Let's take a look at this Oklahoma defense. Let's watch these safeties back here. Radley, Hiles, and Barnes. They've been rocking and rolling. One comes up, one goes back. When you do that, you're going to have free access on the outside for Cornelius.
Cornelius able to complete again, that time to Tyron Johnson. He starts to spread the wealth, another first down.
And what I mean by free access, right, is when that safety comes down, the corner has to be soft, right? He has to defend the deep third, and so all the underneath routes to the wide receivers on the outside will be there.
Cornelius throwing and a grab. Dylan Stoner goes up to make the catch.
Wow. Cornelius was under tremendous amount of pressure, and he almost threw this just hoping that something good would happen. Stoner was double covered in the middle of the field and made an unbelievable catch.
18 yards on that last play.
Cornelius is feeling it right now.
He started out hot, too. We had touchdowns on 5 of our first 6 possessions. The only one that wasn't a touchdown was a field goal. On the ground, Chuba Hubbard trying to spin away. Good second effort. Kenneth Murray makes another stop. Hubbard is an interesting story. I mentioned he's up from outside of Edmonton. They looked at his tape and they saw him running away from guys. And, you know, the field's bigger in Canada and everything's different, the dimensions. And he comes over here and all these Texas high school tough guys are going up against him. And Hubbard was able to answer the bell, took a big pop, jumped up right away. Coaching staff telling us he's the legit tough guy as well. He just can't skate. He said skating was an issue, so he went to football.
When you run that fast, you don't need to skate.
2nd and 6 from the 7. It's Hubbard again, trying to turn the corner, and he's lassoed down. See where they mark him out. He could get a first down at the 1. It is Buki Radley-Hiles who made the stop.
You see the speed here of Hubbard, a 10-4, 100-meter guy. He runs right around the edge of the defense and almost gets another first down, brings up a 3rd and short here. This will be interesting because Oklahoma State has not been very good this season running the ball in short yardage situations between the tackles. We'll see if they take this ball to the edge as well.
Four to snap it. It's Hubbard. Good second effort, and he's in for the score. And we are all tied up at 34 with 7.5 to play here in the 3rd quarter. That was an impressive drive by Oklahoma State.
And a big-time block by the tight end, Jelani Woods. Here he is. He's just going to come off on the defensive end. He's a converted quarterback, but he's 6'7", 250 pounds, and he just clears the way for Hubbard to get in for the touchdown. That's an impressive young man right there. To make the move from quarterback to tight end is not easy, and to be that physical is unheard of.
Everybody in college football is a converted quarterback. And they're all coaches' kids. Matt Amendola boots it through and breaks the tie. It's our 3rd lead change. 7:32 to go in the 3rd. Oklahoma State by 1. Bedlam, indeed. We're not going anywhere. Bedlam 30 years ago. Mike Gundy a chance to win the game. The ball is dropped in the end zone. Oklahoma beats Oklahoma State 31-28. Barry Sanders won the Heisman that year, rushed for 215 yards and 2 scores. And there is Mike Gundy, who has spent more than half of his life either quarterbacking or coaching at Oklahoma State.
He was a heck of a quarterback, no question.
So here we go. Oklahoma trailing by a point. 7.5 to go in the 3rd. So with some breathing room, Kyler Murray will air it out. Marquise Brown goes up to get it for a minimal gain. A.J. Green on the coverage for Oklahoma State.
I mean, you tell me what you're going to do as a defensive coordinator against this offense when you have such a physical run game, and then you have a quarterback and speed at the receiver position with Marquise Brown and C.D. Lamb, and they can throw the football. And Jim Knowles knows the 3rd piece of this offense that really stings you is when the off-schedule plays with Kyler Murray. Those 3 things are the reason that Oklahoma's offense is so difficult to stop.
Averaging 49.1 points per game. They live above 50, though. Murray in trouble. He'll be taken down at the the 25-yard line. Kenneth Edison Magruder has quietly had an excellent game for the Cowboys, able to bring them down.
Great job on the second level. Look at the coverage. Murray wants to throw to the right. Right now, he wants to throw it. There's nowhere to go. We got a linebacker over the top, and that's what gives Magruder the opportunity to get the sack. Great coverage downfield from Oklahoma State.
Second sack of the game, Edison Magruder, the senior from Houston, Texas. Already got 10 tackles. We haven't started the fourth quarter. 2nd and 6. Murray in some chaos, able to get it out to Brown. Oh, Brown makes people miss. Across midfield, and they'll scamper out of bounds there. Marquise Brown, slippery for 25.
Yeah, and Rodarius Williams there, number 8, the corner. That's who needs to make this tackle. This is the 4th or 5th time that Marquise Brown has caught this little shallow cross. And there comes Williams. He overplays it and gives up an extra 20 yards.
Green and Williams, and neither one could come up with the play. Just across midfield. Murray will keep it. And he'll run out for a couple. Jarrell Owens forced him out. Todd.
Hey, Greasy, I want you to watch this one more time and tell me what you would do if you were in this position. It was an unbelievable cut. Marquise Brown, I mean, he was dead to rights. And to make that move with the 2 guys converging on him, he's a special talent.
I don't put myself in that position, Todd.
Yeah.
I throw the ball to him.
Or run out of bounds. Here's Murray to throw. Lofts one, and it's caught. It's Marquise Brown. And the Cowboys are hanging on for dear life. A.J. Green got a cleat, and that's all. Gain of 39.
Todd talked about his route running, and it's just a double move on the outside. A.J. Green bites. The ball's a little bit underthrown, but Marquise Brown comes back and makes a nice play.
Low snap. Murray able to keep it. And then get off to Kennedy Brooks. Good play by Murray to handle that snap. The final 20 seconds of the third quarter. See if they want one more play here. 5 seconds on 2nd and goal from the 5. Zero's on the clock. They're going to let him play it. And the touchdown. Kennedy Brooks for the score. And Oklahoma back on top. Clearly there were zeros on the scoreboard before the snap.
Take a look at the clock. And remember how that works is the back judge is looking at the clock. And he'll look up at the clock when it hits 0. When it hits 0, his eyes will come back down to the snap of the ball. So there's a little bit of an echo there on the zeros.
You love the echo. You hear the echo of the whistle. And so that's how the third quarter will come to an end. We're over 1,000 yards in total offense. 76 points on the scoreboard. 41-35, and I don't believe that'll be the final score either. We'll be back after this message from your local ABC station. More Bedlam, fourth quarter on the way. The Sooner Schooner doing his thing. Look at my man there.
That is nuts.
He's going to have a headache after that, I would think. The blood rushing to your head. Look at him.
It's the least of his problems.
You know, as I told you guys in the car on the way over, it's one of 3 vehicular mascots.
Yeah, you told us all right.
Tell the truth.
Greasy got him right away. Purdue and Georgia Tech. They got the Rambling Wreck and the Boilermaker Special.
After you made us go through 500 of them.
Yeah. My dad would not have let me get away with not knowing Purdue.
All right, we open up quarter number 4. 6th-ranked Oklahoma with a 6-point lead. And the Cowboys come out throwing and completing to Chuba Hubbard, who's been excellent. All-purpose yards, he does it all. Had 111 all-purpose yards in the game against Texas. And he's been a factor in the backfield there.
Oh, he's just such a great threat out of the backfield. Catching the ball and then running it, he's been effective too. I think you see who's the heir apparent to Justice Hills. Obviously Chuba Hubbard, and now Taylor Cornelius starting to push 400 yards passing in this football game.
Wallace couldn't haul it in. Parnell Motley met him on time.
Nice job by Motley coming back and making a play on the football. Even though you're beaten with the route, don't give up on it. Come back and make a play, and that's good to see Parnell Motley, who at the end of last week's game gave up a big touchdown.
Had some penalties go against him as well. That's the first time I called his name all game here today. Imagine a defensive back not having his name called in this kind of game. Second down and 10. On the ground, it's Hubbard. 1 or 2. Kenneth Murray made the stop. Hubbard has carried the ball 14 times for 57 yards, made 4 catches for 30 yards, and has been involved in the return game as well.
He's up a big third down here.
The place is starting to bounce a little bit as Knight rolls in. From Norman, Oklahoma.
And this defensive line gets some pressure.
3rd and 9, here they come, trying to set up the screen to Hubbard. Has first down yardage and more. Chuba Hubbard perfectly set up. Good job by the offensive line getting the blockers out in front. The screen is perfect.
Well, not only the offensive line, but that Tylan Wallace at the receiver position. Watch as this screen develops. You'll see him come from the outside. He's on the right side. The ball is complete, and here comes Wallace right there. Gets the block to seal the first down for Hubbard.
It's a 19-yard gain. 400 yards passing now for Cornelius. Exactly.
Looked like Oklahoma had a player down. Jordan Parker. Both teams went to the sideline, and now officials calling them back out as Parker got up and walked off the field. Reset the play clock, and let's go.
That was first down number 51. We're a minute and 15 into the 4th quarter. Cornelius has all sorts of time. He'll throw and able to complete. It's Tyron Johnson, another first down, make it 52. I don't know what the right number is for first downs, but it's not 52 in the first couple minutes of the 4th quarter.
These two don't care about first downs. They care about points.
Issues with the snap. Cornelius on the run, throwing and completing. Tylan Wallace for another first down, and they're in the red zone.
I can't tell you how hard that is. When you don't get the ball, you have to look down to get the football, and then to see the coverage.
And they go fast. That's Wallace on the outside, and they're inside the 10.
Mike Yursich is really ramping up the tempo. You see, when this ball goes down, now the quarterback, you don't know what's happening. Is the rush coming? Where do my receivers go? What's the coverage? Now you're just playing backyard ball, and he buys a little time and gets the ball to Wallace for yet another first down.
The snap from Johnny Wilson was just fine. It was Cornelius who dropped the football there. 2nd down and 4. Another first down. L.D. Brown, his first carry of the game and 11th of the season. Redshirt sophomore from Dallas checks in.
I don't think we've had, Steve, a turnover in this football game. And neither one of these defenses has really challenged, whether it's interception, fumble. Neither one of them have got many turnovers on the season. Oklahoma only has 7 coming into this game. And that's 123rd out of 130 teams in college football. They desperately need a turnover.
First down and goal. Cornelius will throw back to the end zone, and it's knocked away. Looking to go to Tylan Wallace, and it was Motley there with the excellent coverage.
This is the matchup that Oklahoma State wanted. Wallace on Motley, and Motley just gets enough there, gets that hand up. It's a good no call by the official. Both the offensive player and defensive player were pushing off, and give credit to Motley.
Motley was so upset with his play a week ago, the coaching staff had to remind him, hey, we won the football game. We won. They try to just move on to the next play. Here is the next play. 2nd down and goal. 3 to snap it. They get it away. It's Hubbard able to slice through for the score.
reassert itself.
The extra point, if it goes through, will mark the 5th lead change of the game. For now, we're tied at 41, Todd.
I've just been impressed with this offensive line from Oklahoma State. We talk so much about Oklahoma's, but it really started to take over the line of scrimmage, especially in the run game in the second half.
That's Hubbard's 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. Here's Matt Amendola. Oh! And he missed the extra point. There is no lead change. It's 41 all. Wow. Matt Amendola had been 42 of 43 on the season in extra points. And he misses this one. His slump continues in a big way. 41 all. Most of America is saying Ray Finkel wants the laces out from Ace Ventura, but that'll be lost on you, Grease. Here's Trey Brown. Nothing doing. The ball at the 36. First down and 10. 6:09 to go in the 4th. Kyler Murray. Quick pass to Marquise Brown down the sideline. He's got first down yardage and then he'll run out. Could add 3 or 4 more if he wanted. We're over 1,200 yards in total offense. The clock winding under 6 minutes left.
This is typically the time of the game where Lincoln Riley likes to lean on that offensive line in the run game to take time off the clock and to wear out defenses. They did it last week against Texas Tech in the 4th quarter.
Here's Kyler Murray. He'll be tripped up. Wound up going for a gain of about 3. Walter Shot able to get just enough of it. Brooks for first down yardage. Gain of 10 on the play.
Oklahoma State got Edison McGruder, the safety, down around the line of scrimmage, that 7th man in the box, and they're still not able to get Brooks on the ground.
Everybody's got all 3 timeouts remaining. Again, we've had just 1 turnover in the game. That's how Oklahoma got the football on this possession. Kennedy Brooks stays on his feet. Another missed tackle for Oklahoma State. There is a flag down, and Kennedy Brooks will be down at about the 2. We'll check the marker. 38 if it stands.
Personal foul, hands to the face, defense number 1. Penalty will be half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. First down.
Lincoln Riley approves.
Yeah, maybe that conversation he had with the officials helped out. A missed tackle by Jordan Brailford. You're going to see him. He's right here. He needs to make the play in the hole on Kennedy Brooks. It would have been a no gain. He misses this tackle, and then Calvin Bundage gets caught with the hands to the face, and Oklahoma is in business inside the 2.
Kennedy Brooks, 14 carries, 165 yards. Let's see if they give it to him here. First down and goal. From inside the 2, it is Brooks. Not going to get there. Back to the line of scrimmage. Second and goal. Clock will wind. We'll get under 4 minutes. Walter Scheid and Brailford making the tackles for Oklahoma State.
And the way this football game has gone, you almost wonder if Oklahoma doesn't want to take a little time off the clock before they score this touchdown.
Cornelius will get his opportunity. He just wonders when. He waited a long time to start a football game. Another minute or 2 won't bother him. Trey Sermon is in the game now. They give it to Sermon, crashing into the end zone for the touchdown through Calvin Bundage. The game's 6.
Just like a week ago at Texas Tech to seal the game, Oklahoma does it with the punishing offensive line and ground game. Kennedy Brooks, the big run to get them down inside the 5, and then Trey Sermon finishes the deal by running right over Calvin Bunge for the touchdown. You can talk all you want about the flash and Hollywood Brown and Kyler Murray running around throwing. This team is physical and nasty in the run game. That's what makes them different.
Austin Seibert. Will set to kick the extra point. The Big 12 career leader in points. On the way, and it is good. 3.5 to go in the 4th quarter. Oklahoma by 7. Go-ahead score coming off a turnover. And then it's Trey Sermon with the finishing touches. Lincoln Riley, your thoughts? We're back with more Bedlam after this. Welcome back to college football on ABC, presented by Jared. Having a good old time here in Norman, especially now. A sigh of relief with the home team up by 7, with 3:29 to go. Some people had Cowboys a 3-touchdown underdog. Right in the game, not to get the football. It is Hubbard, who's back in the game after being banged up. Fama Atu is back in the game, replacing Neville Gallimore. Hubbard, the ball carrier.
Don't forget, too, this is a guy in Cornelius that waited 4 years to get this one shot at Bedlam. Great opportunity here with 3 minutes left.
And he doesn't have to do anything extraordinary, Todd. Just continue to run the offense like he has been.
Cornelius out to Wallace, and he's out of bounds. And this is unfamiliar territory for Oklahoma, Grease. Right, they're used to blowing the doors off people. They're not used to being in these tight games. Their average margin of victory is over 24 points. You know, it was the Army game in overtime. Wound up being close last week, but they're in a tough spot here, trying to protect a 7-point lead against a very good offense. Wallace on the receiving end, working on Motley.
The problem they have is these corners, Ruffin McNeil doesn't trust them to get up and play tight coverage, so they have to play off. And right now, Oklahoma State is just doing exactly what they should be doing, throwing the ball short, underneath, and methodical, and you go right down the field.
Caleb Kelly and Trey Norwood, some good defense there by the Sooners. Clock winds with 2.5 to play.
And honestly, if I'm Oklahoma State Mike Gundy, I'm keeping my eye on the clock. I don't need to be in a rush, right? They've been so fast this game. You need to score, yes, but you also need to take time off the clock for Kyler Murray not to get back on the field.
Have all 3 timeouts. Both teams do.
Too deep again, man under. It's where the quarterback can use his legs.
2 to snap it. Just get it away in time. It's Hubbard up the middle. It's Hubbard staying on his feet. Chuba Hubbard able to go through Curtis Bolton.
This is just a cat and mouse game. If they're going to play off on the outside, he's going to throw it outside. If they play too deep, he's going to come underneath.
Gain of 20. It's Hubbard again. Running Hubbard up the middle has been their best play, their best offensive play. He's over 100 yards now.
And honestly, if I'm Lincoln Riley, I think about calling a timeout and giving my defense a little bit of a break. I know your offense doesn't need it as much right now as your defense does. But they're actually getting an opportunity to substitute here because Mike Gundy did.
Cornelius has the ball batted down. Looked like Amani Bledsoe might have gotten it.
Steve, they brought L.D. Brown in the backfield, who hasn't played at all in this game, and they tried to sneak him on a wheel route behind Parnell Motley, but Motley wasn't falling for it. He had leverage, and there was nowhere for Cornelius to go to throw that ball to L.D. Brown. Well done by Motley.
There is no foul for an ineligible player downfield.
There's L.D. Brown, number 7, coming out, and see the tip pass there, and there's Motley in great position, nowhere to throw that football. Brings up a 3rd and 7. You would think, obviously, 4-down territory, so you don't have to get all of it. Man-to-man across the board.
Cornelius underneath, juggled and dropped. Chuba Hubbard could not hang on. And it's 4th down. Curtis Bolton blew that play up.
It's a good throw here. Chuba Howard not able to bring it down, but I think Cornelius could have run for this 1st down, Steve. If not, at least bring up a short 4th down situation. When you see that right there as a quarterback, you have got to take it. And here's the ball game. Got to find Tylan Wallace, who's right here in the slot, who's been your go-to receiver all season long. And now Oklahoma's going to play a soft 2-deep coverage. Should be able to find windows underneath that.
Rushing 3. Cornelius steps and fires. Has a man. It's caught. It's Tylan Wallace indeed for the touchdown. And we are an extra point away from a tie football game. An extra point that Matt Amendola missed on his previous try. With 63 seconds left in regulation.
Wow, big time throw and catch. And when you have 4th down, take it to your best receiver. He's been there for you all season long. Great job. And now the question is, do you want to go for 2 a la West Virginia and Dana Holgorsen? I completely agree if Gundy decides to go for 2. And what are you going to do? You're going to put Tylan Wallace, again, probably line him up on the outside. And if he gets a one-on-one opportunity with Trey Brown, which it looks like he might, here's Trey Brown and here's Tylan Wallace, why wouldn't you throw the ball up and give him a chance?
Now, the game wouldn't be over. Oklahoma still have plenty of time. 2 timeouts and a minute 3 left. Here we go. Looking for the lead. Cornelius behind and knocked away. Trey Brown on the coverage. And the 2-point conversion fails.
I understand the design of this play, but it's a difficult throw for a quarterback. And Taylor Cornelius threw it way behind Tylan Wallace. He was there for a split second, just trying to run a quick flat. This is called sprint right option. And you get on the move as a quarterback, and sometimes your accuracy suffers. And you see that ball needs to be out here. Instead, it's back here, and it's an easy play for Trey Brown. And Taylor Cornelius knows he missed it.
Cornelius has had a brilliant game, 34 of 53. He's passed for 501 yards and needed 2 yards there passing.
You see that if that ball was on time and out front, it's a touchdown, or it's a 2-point conversion, and you win the football game. Despite the fact that they didn't convert it, I like the decision.
Yes.
The execution was not right.
And this is Oklahoma State's New Year's Day bowl game, New Year's Six bowl. This is their season, a chance to wreck their arch rivals for 100 years. And it will fall now on Matt Amendola again for that missed extra point. Todd.
Still an opportunity here for the onside kick. You got to have it if you're Oklahoma State.
As the guns go off, Marquise Brown and the Good Hands team able to recover the onside kick. Now there's 63 seconds left. Oklahoma State still has all 3 timeouts. That's a critical mistake. Trey Sermon. He's got the 1st down. Clock will stop to move the sticks. Cowboys will spend a timeout there. Here's Sermon. He'll be dragged down. Calvin Bundage and a timeout. seen 1,342 yards of offense combined. That's the most for a game in the FBS this season.
But listen, a win is a win is a win, especially
is a win a win?
in a rivalry game like this. Listen, if I'm on the committee, right, I'm giving Oklahoma credit for this win. This is a gritty, gutty team with an unbelievable offense, an unbelievable quarterback, and one of the best coaches on the planet. Yes, they have some issues on the defensive side, but you could make arguments against Michigan offensively, too. You could make arguments against Georgia. I mean, I think it's going to be a very interesting end to this season, but Oklahoma had to take care of business here tonight. They did it. It was close, but give them credit. Give Lincoln Riley credit. They made the plays they had to win.
Final seconds, will tech down. Matt Amendola, the missed extra point. We're at 48-47 with zeros on the clock.
Big credit to Oklahoma State, too. Mike Gundy with the guts to go for it in that situation. You know, people will second guess that till the cows come home, and I thought it was the right decision. And give credit to Taylor Cornelius. Played a whale of a football game, just didn't come up at the end.
500 yards of passing. Down to the field, Todd McShay.
Lincoln, you're not in a lot of these close ones. So what'd you learn about your team tonight?
Yeah, we didn't have our best, and Oklahoma State, give them credit, man. They played fantastic. Quarterback played great, and yeah, we just found a way. You know, made some huge plays defensively, forced a fumble, stopped the two-point play, weren't at our best there, and then, you know, offensively were bad in the third quarter and came back, found a way to win.
You gave up a lot of yards, a lot of points, but your defense makes the play at the end. What are your impressions of your defense tonight?
We made big plays, but we got to certainly play better. You know, we gave up some big ones early, and then, you know, that makes you a little conservative after that, so we got to continue to improve.
Congratulations. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Three-touchdown underdog was Oklahoma State, and they come up 1 point short. And Oklahoma will survive and advance on. Everybody's pointing grease to that last game in Morgantown on November 23rd.
Points scored in that one, right? I mean, we've done Oklahoma back-to-back weeks,
yes.
The Texas Tech game, and then here tonight. I think that game against West Virginia, that's going to be just as good as these past 2 weeks have been, and it's going to be a shootout in the end. And ultimately, which defense will come up with the stop?
In the 113th edition of Bedlam, it goes to Oklahoma. They beat Oklahoma State 48-47. Tonight at 8 Eastern on ABC, it's Clemson against Boston College. For Brian Greasy, Todd McShay, Josh Hoffman, Mike Schwab, I'm Steve Levy. So long from Norman.